Hey everyone, I'm Rin from Rindar Gaming, and today we're going to go over 5 things to help you tank the Motherload. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that sub button for more tank tip videos. Alright, first tip is going to be there's several pathing options through this dungeon, so we want to make sure we're using method dungeon tools to figure out exactly how we're going to pull this. Pretty much right at the start of the dungeon, you're going to be faced with the choice of whether or not you want to go to the left side or to the right side, and then you're going to get into kind of a big open area, and again, you're going to have the choice to go left or right, which is going to round out taking that last trash pack before the first boss. The paths each offer some pros and cons, the right side offering a little more trash, the left side offering a little bit quicker, cleaner bit. You're going to need to figure out how you're going to be pulling this dungeon, what your goals are, if you're going to be doing any kind of skips or death runs, and pick which side is going to be best for you. You want to be able to make those decisions quickly, move quickly, and make sure you're keeping your party in combat. For tip number 2, we're going to be talking about one of those great death runs or skips. Between the 3rd and the 4th boss, you're able to everybody run to the end, have a shaman onk, have somebody res, use a soul stone, or stealth it or invis it, although some of those ads can detect stealth, so be careful with that. But that's going to allow you to skip a lot of those really nasty trash mobs, as well as some of those bombs that can take out teammates very quickly. In order to pull that off, make sure you pull as much trash as you can before the first boss, ideally hitting between 50 and 60%, because that's really going to take the edge off of getting all of that trash percentage you're going to need later towards the end of the dungeon. Basically front load as much as you can before that first boss, because the trash before the first boss typically tends to be really easy to deal with, not really mechanic heavy. You should be able to pull 2-3 mob packs very comfortably. I did pull 4 or 5 the last time I was in there. That got a little nasty, but we're just not going to talk about that. But try and front load as much of that as you possibly can. Next, we're going to talk about that first boss. When fighting the coin-operated crowd pummeler, make sure that you're helping knock bombs into the boss. Alright, you should be able to stack up to about 150% damage taken increase on him. And that's also going to be your lust point. This is one of those bosses you want to lust on the pull. You want to make sure he's got that 150% extra damage taken before you lust and start going ham and popping coolies and stuff. The other thing to kind of keep in mind with this guy, make sure to move him away from those coins that he's spawning. He can get really nasty if you let him sit there and suck up all those coins. On a high key tyrannical, the fight's going to last 2 or 3 minutes. If you let him pick up all those, he's going to start trucking. So you want to kite this boss kind of around the edge of the room. Ideally, when you pulled, you kind of grip him to the edge anyway, and move him around the room and keep him away from those coins as far as possible. Hold him still when your buddies are kicking bombs at him, because it's really not cool if you're moving him and they're trying to hit a moving target. It makes it a little more difficult, but watch out for those coins. He's going to spawn them regularly. You need to keep him moving. The next tip is know the mobs. There are several non-elite trash mobs that are worth no credit in this dungeon. A lot of the little ads that you're going to see, such as the Rowdy Revelers and also the Foot Bomb Hooligans. There's a lot of them around the place. They're not worth any percentage. It's not worth pulling them. Try and keep your pack pulls away so that they're not getting hit by stray arrows or chain lightnings or whatnot, because they're just going to make life a little more difficult if you manage to get a lot of those in there. Additionally, if you allow the mech jockeys to reach the mechanized peacekeepers, they'll be worth significantly more, but they can be a little bit more difficult to deal with. If you want to avoid these mobs, use stuns when they begin channeling activate mech. This cast is not interruptible, but stuns, grips, knockbacks, etc. will stop those casts. So if you want the extra percentage from him getting inside of those peacekeepers, let him go. It's worth significantly more. But it is usually a lot easier to let him go up there and start and then just stun him out real quick. He'll run back over and start meleeing you, and you can move that way. And lastly, we're going to talk about the Venture Co. Mastermind. These ads can be found padding throughout the dungeon. They have several abilities that do very significant damage, and they are immune to most stuns, grips, interrupts, and CC. Above 10, they can also be found as infested ads in several places. Be mindful of these ads when you're working on your pull paths. They are hard to kite, they are hard to stack up, and they tend to be very, very, very deadly. But that's it, guys. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this vid, make sure to hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, post them in the comment section below, ask me on Twitter or on my live stream. Links will be in the description below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that sub button. It does help out a lot. Until next time, later y'all.